was taken in adultery, in the very act. Now Moses, in the law, commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Master, this woman was taken in adultery, in the very act. Now Moses, in the law, commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
What I was going to say about sinners and scoffers, I book a total sinners and scoffers book because I found out forgiveness is the most toughest thing on earth. And some people miss forgiveness on death row. Doesn't matter what death row they're on either. And any death, they miss it like that. Some are harlots. The Marys are always a harlots. That's a tag. And they have signed to them like I was signed to church. That's what I was signed to, and to look after the church. But when you look at some Mary, they come out, oh, I'm single, but I'm married, and I can be pussy woozy, I'm single, I'm married, or I'm married now, but I'm single, I can pussy woozy, and so and so and so and so. And you know what happens? They must have beat on their parent. What happened? I see people rush to the hospital with baby to glow. Don't rush to the hospital with the baby to glow, because uncles don't die in hospitals. Hospital wasn't recommended for any death on forgiveness row. Forgiveness is a church request. That's what it is. And quest connected news social orientation. And I'll show you. And I'll people are, and I'll show you where this video what I showed you. But you can see people got married names. They got to obey the calls. They got their own fountain the shop. No, the grace of God wasn't left to any Marys. Only Mary, Mother Mary, full of grace. It's ISIS, mate. So you gotta behave there. How you deal with forgiveness, because some dad and mums haven't been forgiven, and some mum and dads got to be draw on forgiveness. And you can't, and then you forgive the mum, and then you're gonna, she's got to fight another woman before she forgive me, in death. She's not dead, Mother Mary. She's not dead, because she's got to fight a battle, like the Goliath, so and so, and I've got it here.
Master, this woman was taken in adultery, in the very act. Now Moses, in the law, commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Master, this woman was taken in adultery, in the very act. Now Moses, in the law, commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
And I tell you what, I'll give you another one here.
The person who is sinless should be the first to throw a stone at her. Oh, every one of you is a sinner. They all left. Go on now, get out of here. Woman, where did they go? Has anyone condemned you?
And so. And you know what? Women's had trouble because when you produce baby, it's got to be miracle on its own, It's got to be, because Jesus was a miracle on its own. When Jesus was birthed, it was miracle. It's one-off baby. You have a look at the history of Jesus. That's why they try to massacre Jesus in hundreds and thousands. They try to massacre Jesus. And Moses was a miracle. Moses was one-off. And what happened with Moses? He sailed into Israel. And he knew the demand of God because Moses spoke to God and God spoke to Moses not to enter Israel. And what happened, Moses entered Israel. And we have a ballistic time now in the Middle East. But you know what I mean? What I was going to say to, I've got too many people that are my friend. People, people called me friend when I was young. When I was young, when I was poor with my dad. Poor, no good clothes, no good doing dirty. Go to the basketball court with them, you know. And yet there's a harlot ticking there. There's a harlot ticking there. Oh, dirty dot. Is that a harlot? Dirty dot. See? And I haven't told the families and everybody about it because you know what? There's a war apparently with Dirty Dot. There's apparently a fight with the Dirty Dot. That's not a forgiveness. Dirty Dot ain't a forgiveness. Because Dirty Dot supposed to not have any babies, you know what I mean? And that, you know what? Oh, but I'll have too much grace of God and I'll banish my daddy. And you know what? And that's a trouble double on the spot.